he felt the way about that. He said, well, if I held grudges, like held grudges against me, where would the West Coast be?
Stat! No, you did not let the game just say if I held grudges. So it looks like the game has responded to Top coming out and explaining why Kendrick don't talk to the game anymore for bringing Drake to the hood. Go watch my video about that. Let's get right to it, man. Shout out to Chigs.
Man, we are watching the Spin Masters at work, you guys. This is why the game is a top 3 line rapper right now. At a certain point, we have to give credit to the game for being consistent in line. The passion he has for...
He is a legendary prolific capper. The way that boy, he take cap, like Fat Joe is another prolific capper. I don't even know if he fully be capping all the time. But where Game gets the crown is Game will take it to Photoshop. You niggas ain't never seen Game Photoshop cap Game. Game might pop up with Mahatma Gandhi. You don't even know. That boy Photoshop Game crazy. Go ahead, JCR.
The game of Lion is unmatched. It's nothing like we've ever seen before. Y'all remember a couple months ago when the game told us that he was about to sign Kendrick Lamar?
Top Dog's house, and just, helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my, 2 cents since I was a little bit, ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get that. Mm-hmm. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, nah. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TD? Let me get him as an artist. Because I already knew. I knew what he was going to be.
And then Kendrick's bodyguard came out and said, no, the fuck you weren't, buddy. You're lying. And some way, somehow, that story just magically disappeared. Listen, man, if you're going to lie about some shit, you got to make sure that nobody on this earth is able to call.
Yeah, we don't be forgetting. Yeah, you notice how these shit just pop up and disappear. Niggas will say. And mind you, Kendrick has still said nothing. The way that Kendrick is still the most, I can't even think of the word. He is the biggest thing in hip hop. Kendrick is still the biggest thing in hip hop. Period. It's not close. It's not close. Because nobody can do what he's doing and not be saying a word. Other niggas, they got to be omnipresent. They got to drop 3 albums. They got to be out, never disappear to the point where your fans go, nigga, just take a break to stay in the headlines. Kendrick doesn't even have to say a word. And every time he pops up in a story, it's the biggest story.
Oh, you up for it? Now, yesterday, we saw the game come out and said that he had no issues with Kendrick.
The most impactful thing he said to me was he named a bunch of deceased rappers that we all know that we can no longer talk to. And he just was talking about how dangerous it gets. I think kind of like what Lupe said too. How dangerous it gets for certain situations. And, he's outside, no security, just game. You know what I'm saying? So it's never the artist. It's always the different entourages. So he said he loved Kendrick, so it's not even a thing. So that's another thing. I don't like people.
Oh, that's Stat. Okay, Stat responding to what Kendrick said. Game said.
And I know you got to get your views, and I feel it. But there's no beef between Kendrick and Game. He reiterated that to me on the phone that he didn't know that Kendrick felt the way about that. He reiterated it, but now he said in retrospect he can see and understand it. But guess what? This is one of the bombshells I'm going to drop here today. But he said when Kendrick did Power, and this is what he said: when Kendrick did Power, and they knew that 50 Cent was his arch nemesis, he didn't feel away.
Stat, brother, why didn't you ask Game? Wasn't that 2 years after you did that? Why didn't you say that? You see how niggas will just say something and that's the moment where you go, he did that 2 years after you did that. So when you violate first, you opened up the violation bag, no? You opened up the working with the ops bag, no? And then also, Game be so bipolar about how he feels about 50 Cent that right this moment, I don't know how Game feels about 50 Cent. So what if they don't? Game will openly come out and go, I hate 50, 50 trash, he garbage. He ain't do nothing for me. 2 months later, man, we just got to bring G-Unit back together. I swear to God, 50, man, when I look back at what 50 and Dre did for me. And then 2 months later, man, I don't like Dre. I like Dre, but, he ain't the best. He ain't do nothing for me. Kanye helped me more. It's just bro, you got to remember, Game, you talk out of both sides of your neck prolifically. So, it's not people's job to follow your coattails and be like, what is your temperature on 50 Cent currently? And by the time they go home, it's a different temperature. But besides that, if I'm Stat, I go, wait a minute, nigga. Didn't he do that mad after you did that? That would be like being like, man, I'm mad at this nigga. He took a picture with my op. And you'd be like, why did he take a picture with your ops? Shit, because 2 years ago, I took a picture with his op. Not only that, but I put money in his op's pocket. Not only that, but I gave the op a big song and all that. It's like, so what? Action, reaction. What? I didn't know he was mad at that, but it was just, I thought, when I did that, when he did it 2 years later, I thought he would understand. What, Future? Is this Minority Report, nigga? No, when I did that with Game, he should have known 2 years from then he was going to work with 50. So, what?
He felt like he enjoyed it. So he's like, I didn't care that Kendrick did Power. I didn't.
It was 2 years later. Why would you? If Kendrick, if you never did that and then Kendrick did it, why would anybody even, nobody was thinking about how you felt about that once you did that? What would that even matter?
You know what I'm saying? But that's what he said. Another thing that he wanted me to put out here, since I'm going down,
is nobody gonna
the hoodie that he wore in the J-Rock video. The reason he zipped it up is because he got $10,000 to wear it. So that's why he was wearing that shirt. So
okay, bro. He got 10,000. Was it zipped up? Was he covering his face in every single scene? He got paid $10,000 to wear it, or $10,000 to cover his face in it. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
everybody that held that grudge.
I'm literally about to watch this video right now with this J-Raw, and the Game video. I really want to see if Game shows his face at any moment, because it's like, come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga. Nigga said, turn around, here's the smoke. Blew it right up your...
Was wearing that shirt. So everybody that held that grudge from him, he got paid money to wear the hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so that shit. Money. Okay.
Niggas can't fuck with him lyrically. Just period. And he said niggas don't, all the motherfuckers, when people talk about lists and he not on the list, but he went up against Jay-Z. He went up against this one. He went up against that one, and he's still here. He's still here rapping, walking around, running his miles, living his life, lifting weights.
Well, nobody thought he was gonna die, but what I would say is he's also way less popular than he was before he went at everybody. To act like he didn't, like, to say that because he's still around after he dissed people because he's breathing, was he supposed to die because he went against Dr. Dre and Eminem and them? No, but his career is not in the place it was post burning all those bridges. Was it? Is it? So it's like, no, nobody expected him to die because he's disloyal to people, but we expected that his career would probably be where it is right now from where it was. Bro, I was around when the documentary dropped. It's not the same sandwich, bro. And that's because he burnt a lot of bridges. I bet you had he not dissed the Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, The Game, Tony Ayo, Young Buck, everybody that put him into the game, he would probably be better off. And even 50 Cent himself said he did a lot of damage jumping out and dissing Jay-Z out of nowhere. Just putting context in there. So we're acting like, no, well, nothing happened. No, there was a lot of consequences to his career after that.
Living and breathing and eating good food. And I said, this was my rebuttal. I said, hey, well, the video shoot, he felt the way about that. He said, well, if I held grudges, like niggas held grudges against me, where would the West Coast be?
Stat! No, you did not let the Game just say, if I held grudges. No, you did not just let the Game. Hold on. This is why I hate... Hold on, my nigga. So in the same sentence where the nigga said he worked with 50 Cent, he also said, if I held grudges... In the same sentence? He contradicted him in the exact same sentence? Nigga, you just said one of the reasons that it should have been okay is because you're holding a grudge. All right, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If there was top 3 grudge holding niggas in hip hop, number 1 would be 50 Cent, and Game would be somewhere 2, 3, or 2, 3, or 4. I'm not gonna let you sit here. I'm not gonna let the Game sit here and be like, man, nigga, what if I held grudges? What if we lived in a world where the Game held grudges? Huh? This nigga still dissing G-Unit. What do you mean? You the most grudge holding nigga in the industry. You and 50 Cent are the most grudge holding niggas. Like literally. Like, oh, come on, guys. I'm sorry. That was insane, bruh. That was what? Man, if I held grudges, where would the West be?
He's like, there was a time where I was the only nigga out here. So if I was like that, when niggas was trying to do what they was doing, where would we be? Where would we all be?
Even Whack 100 came out in his defense yesterday.
Kendrick is from Bompton.
So Game got to check niggas in with Kendrick.
When it come to Game,
I'm not listening to this part. Not academic.
He brought him to if he
Not listening to the diddler.
man, you think this going?
We don't need that. This is unimportant. Unimportant. Trust me. It's just.
I know it's
the video, we commented. Top.
Jesus.
never gonna disregard. We got Drake.
I really don't think.
If there's 2 niggas I don't want to hear about, one of them is going to be academics.
100 and let him know that it was an issue.
When they shot that 100 video in Compton, because Top communicated that to Wack and Chuck, and I said that to both of them too. So it wasn't like the nigga ain't know. So, that was the thing.
But all right, cool. Now, if you're claiming you don't have no issues with somebody, you should not be trying to expose that person or speak negatively about them or anybody that's affiliated with them. And this is why people do not believe the Game.
That's what I said, like, where like, what Stat was saying, what he was saying is like, bro, Game be so capping that when you say stuff and you got to stop and think what he just said to you. And you be like, wait a minute, nigga. But didn't you just say that the whole 50 Cent thing? So how in the same sentence can you say, if I held grudges? Let's just put it like this, Game. If you walk around thinking you don't hold grudges, nigga, you hold grudges. Like there's a lot, like it's documented. It's very much documented, dog. Maybe not all the grudges you started. I'm not saying you started everything, but you're a prolific grudge holder. Trust me. Like, trust me if you didn't know that. The Black Slim Shady, how many years did that come out after that? You're such a grudge holder that one day you just keep going back and forth. You always do that. And Chick's about to show how you tell Stat, I don't really got pride, it ain't beef. And then you gonna act like it's beef. Like, yeah, like you have problems. Like, this is the thing. It's just like, oh my God. I cannot believe this nigga told Stat, quote, what would this West be if I held grudges? The Game? Bro, you gotta remember, the Game was my favorite rapper. Nigga, you dissed Memphis Bleak. You dissed Jay-Z. You did this, like, before niggas said anything about you, dog. Like, what?
After getting off the phone with Stat, the Game left this comment on the Flacco's post. Now, first off, shout out to Chillin' with Moni. She's the person who got this content, so please make sure you guys go follow her. She caught this screenshot where the Game was threatening to expose Kendrick Lamar's camp.
But I ain't trying to.
Exposing, but it's not even I don't got problems, man. I don't got problems.
Hear the decoration for that goofy stuff, bro. Oh, nah, he's just,
No, we don't gotta hear that, his voice. All right, so the Game left a comment under a video arguing that Kendrick Lamar should show him more respect for supporting him early in his career and helping usher him into the industry. The video also criticized Kendrick for allegedly pretending to be mysterious and Jesus Christ while suggesting the Game deserve at least a phone call from him is crazy. All right, so this is what he said in response. ISO Camp, he said, at least one N-word gets it. Fans and internet goofies will never get it, and these N-words aren't who you think they are. One day I'm going to pull the curtain down so you can see every clown in the circus. And this is why I hate, like, because rappers lie. Rappers are just professional liars, nigga. And this is why I hate where it's like when you talk to somebody, he'll say something like, man, I don't even know why they think it's an issue. Then you're going to turn around and call niggas clowns in a circus. And then this is what's going to happen. Watch. We know who he's talking about. He knows who he's talking about. Someone's gonna question him about this, and he gonna pretend he not talking about what we know he's talking about. Because niggas, let me tell you something, audience. Rappers think you're stupid. It's not just rappers. Entertainers think you're stupid. They insult your intelligence a lot, and I'm starting to get tired of it. As an entertainer, as a rapper, I'm getting tired of this shit, dog. How many different we know what your brain works. You know how context clues work. You don't need everything to be spelled out. But rappers and entertainers use that gray area to bullshit. So he's going to say on a video about the Kendrick and Game situation and what Kendrick needs to be doing, he going to say, I'm going to expose niggas, pull the curtain down, call niggas clowns. And then he going to go, but I didn't. And then if he wants to leave it gray enough so he can go, if he wants it one way, he'll go, I was talking about TDE. But if he doesn't want another way, but I never said them. Anyway, so this was the rebuttal to me. This is the rebuttal. Niggas in TDE, apparently he wants to expose people. Let's see what's going on. Like I said, these niggas, Game, just drop a Kendrick diss track. This to me is like what would solve all this. This, you know, like that feeling you have when you have to throw up, but you don't want to, but you know you'd feel better if you throw. Game, just diss this nigga on a song. This is why everything is so weird and everything is so both sides of the fence and everything. You don't Game, and no matter what the Game does, I will never act like Game is not a prolific rapper. Nigga can if this is gonna be if Kendrick takes this battle, which I don't know if he will, this will probably be lyrically his best competition. I mean, he only battled Drake, no? So yeah, this will be his best competition for sure. But if this keeps going like this, it's gonna make Game continuously look weird. There's clearly, it's like two niggas in an elevator. One of them farts. They both smell it, but niggas don't want to just say he farted. It's like, bro, Game, you farted, bro. It's okay. Just diss this nigga. Because I feel like you got shit to get off your chest, bro. And guess what? I'll be right here to react to it. I'm going to call it right down the middle. Like I said, I can rap to you the documentary from face to face. You understand me? I'm not going to sit here and act like Game isn't a legendary rapper. I'm not going to do that. He just does some real... He be moving like a real Goofus Galifianakis burger sometimes, man. Like, I'm not calling him a Goofus Galifianakis burger. Shout out to Queso.